what we want to discuss today, we want to go through two questions. Isn't it haram? Isn't it forbidden to learn astrology? What are your reasons for saying it is haram? Let's go to see those who claim that it is haram and it's not allowed to learn it. What are the reasons? The reason is this famous hadith and some other hadith that they say, oh look, Imam AlMumneen told people that, oh people, do not learn astrology because you will go astray, you will go another wrong way, and whoever learns astrology, they are like fortune tellers, or fortune kahin, like those who believe they fortune tellers and they predict the future. And those, they look like magicians, and magicians are like pagans, like kafirs, and kafir is in the hell. So do not learn it because you will go to the hell. That's as simple as this. And yeah, this is our reason. What is your reason for saying that it is not haram or is haram? What's our answer? Here we want to go through a beautiful story which is mentioned in Nahj al-Balagha in different parts. Just the words of Imam Amir AlMumneen is mentioned in the Nahj al-Balagha, but the whole story is quoted in Bihar al-Anwar, volume 55, page 231. Starts from 230 to 31, it goes to 234 or 33. Yeah, it's a long story. What the story says, the story is that, just briefly, it's the time where Amir AlMumneen and his companions are going to the battle of Nahrawan to fight with Muawiyah and his troops. On the way, 3 different people stop Imam and they say, according to astrology, according to our calculations, it is good for you not to go and fight in this battle. Today is not a good day, don't do it then. Imam AlMumneen says 3 different answers for these 3 people, and it's really amazing. I will skip the Arabic part, some parts, but it's really worth it to read what has happened, so that we find out what is the actual belief and what is the actual advice of Imam about astrology. The hadith starts from here, Nahj al-Balagha, Khutbah 79 or 78 in Faizul Islam. The first person that comes to Imam when Imam is moving towards Nahrawan is someone called Ibn Ahmar. Ibn Ahmar stops Imam and tells him that لا تسر في هذه الساعة, do not move in this hour, in this time. Imam says, قال عليه السلام ولما, why? He says, قال لأن القمر في العقرب فقال عليه السلام قمرنا أو قمرهم. The guy says, look, I have done some calculations and today is a scorpion phase, so you better stop and don't do it today. Imam says that, is it our scorpion phase or their scorpion phase? Finished. The guy, the first one who, just Ibn Ahmar, he just didn't know so much about astrology, just he knew that today is Qamar dar Aqrab or scorpion phase. So Imam says that, okay, right, is it ours or theirs? And the conversation finishes and he doesn't know which one it was. Imam continues his path. So because in the astrology you will calculate person by person. Is it your Qamar Aqrab or is ours? What is the difference? The difference is that Imam says qamaruna or qamaruhum. If it is our scorpion phase, you're right. If it is their scorpion phase, we will be win. So it's a good day for us. Okay, it's 50-50, so you're not sure. Imam continues. On the way, they reach to a village. A group of villagers and the head of villagers, they come to Imam, they give him some gifts. I'm just saying briefly, the whole story is quoted in Bihar al-Anwar. Imam reaches in Madain. Madain is a city, I think it was in Iraq, yeah, at that time. And they give him some gifts, and one of the head of village managers is called Sarsafil, and everyone, they knew him that he's very expert in astrology, and they used to follow his advice. He comes to Imam and says that لترجع عما قسات. You've got to change your plan. Imam says, why? He says, يا أمير المؤمنين تناحست النجوم الطوالع. The stars are not in a good position to give us a good calculation that today will be a good day. فنحس أصحاب السعود وسعد أصحاب النحوس. So those who are they have a good luck, those who are going to win, they're going to fail today, and those who are supposed to fail, they're going to win today. ولزم الحكيم في مثل هذا الأيام الاستخفاء والجلوس. And someone who is hakim, they've got to sit today and has no important decisions for that. وإن يومك هذا يوم مميت قد اقترن فيه كوكبان قتالان. And the day that you're going to fight today is a day of death, because two of the stars, two of the planets are matching today, that both of them qatalan, both of them, the stars, they have different features and they have different characteristics. So two of the planets which are symbols of fight and fire, they are together, they are now matched together, so that's a very bad sign. So according to my calculations, today is not a good day for you to go for the battle. So Imam smiles and says that this conversation reminds me of the conversation of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam with the Indian Tabib. When Arabi alayhi salam, they have been always humble. They wouldn't say about what they have unless they have to. And when it's the right time that they have to show people who they are and what blessings and what a treasure they have, if they show one drop of that, they will ruin everything. They bombard the person. So in that case, when the person was claiming, it's a strategy in recommendations of Arabi alayhi salam, that they say you must be arrogant in front of the arrogant person. So where that Tabib of India, he was trying to say that he is really powerful because he has got medicine, he has learned medicine, and Imam doesn't know that. And Imam says, I don't want to learn it. Then Imam bombards him with his questions, and he finds himself that he's got nothing. He doesn't know anything. Here the same story is happening. It's really beautiful. Just listen. How Imam is challenging the person who was claimed that he knows astrology. Imam smiles and says that, okay, what happened yesterday? Which star rised in the Cancer phase? And so because some of the calculations, Imam said in the Cancer phase, my calculation, if that has happened today, would be a really good day. I'll explain more about it. The Munajjim, he got his astrolab. Astrolab was a tool that they used to use in order to see the positions of the moon and the stars and do the calculations. So he took it out, he checked. Imam said that, do you do your calculations based on the dynamic planets and stars or the static ones? Static or dynamic ones, the ones which are moving or they are stable. Imam said, do you do it according to the stars which are moving? He said no. Do you do it according to the ones which are stable? He said no, because they usually do calculations. Then Imam said that, now tell me about the lion phase and tell me about the stars in this, when they're coming, when they're going. He asked some questions, and in Arabic it says Burj al-Asad wa Darwish, and tell me from Matali' and Maraj. Matali is the coming and the way going, but it needs to translate in English properly. Anyway, Imam says, do you know the relationship between that planet with the other planets in that position? He said no. Imam said, do you know about the Sarari and Darari, and do you know about the Sa'at and Ma'jarat, and do you know about the lighting of the planets? Do you know about some stars that they have lights? If they own light, they get it from they get it from sun or other things. And do you know the effect of that on other planets? Do you know the effect of that on other stars? And do you know what will happen tomorrow? Do you know which star is going to rise first tomorrow? He said, I don't know. Imam says, do you know that today the power was transferred from one family to another family in China? Did you know that Majin Tower has been collapsed today? Did you know that the houses in Zanj probably refers to Tanzania today, Zanzibar. You know that a group of houses was burnt in Zanj. Do you know that Sarandib well started flowing water today? Did you know that the fort in the Spain, Andalus, has been collapsed today? Did you know that the Sheikh ant, small ant, is the day that they get excited today? They are coming out of their houses. Did you know that Miraq Hindi, the Indian Miraq, is escaped today? Did you know that the head of Jews in Ila has been lost today? Did you know that the head of Roman in Rome has been disappeared today? Did you know that Amuriya Ra'ib has become blind today? Did you know that the some parts of the Constantine Congress has been collapsed today? Did you know all these events that I said? And do you know what was the cause of that? Was it related to the East or related to the West? He just kept quiet. He says, sorry, I don't know any of these. Then Imam says, okay, according to your calculations, do you calculate according to the North Polar or South Polar star? He said, I don't know. And he said, do you know why the things that you're saying is doom? Do you know the reason for it being doom? Due to what? Due to which star? Due to what reason? He says, no. And Imam says, did you know that 72 Alam, we don't know exactly what Imam meant here. They got blessings in 72 Alams, and every Alam or every universe has got 70 universes. They've got some blessings. Did you know about that? Did you know that in every land, every sea, every mountain, and every landscape, and every villages, what is the cause of their blessings, and what is the cause of their torment and failures and things? He said, no, I don't know. And then Imam continues, do you know the relationship between this star and that star, so that you can calculate according to that? Do you know how many people were dead today, how many people were born today, how many people were died today? And he says, I don't know. He says, look, like that man. He pointed to someone in his troop. He says, you know how many people are dying today like that man? And that man, by chance, in the troop of Imam alayhi salam, he was the spy of Muawiyah. So once he saw from far that Imam is pointing to him, he thought that Imam is telling people to go and kill him. He thought that he's been caught. So he got a heart attack and he died. In the hadith says that his breathing stopped and he fell and he died. So Imam says, did you know that some people are going to die like that? So he pointed to that and the guy died. Not because Imam did anything. He just pointed and he just got a heart attack and he died. So then Imam says that, anyway, at the end Imam says that if you're interested in these calculations, go and calculate it. And if you go through the proper way and do the proper calculations, if you learn it properly, you will be able to count all the every single planet, or every single herb. So anyway, Imam talked to the second person and he continued his way. On the way, he saw a third person. His name was Afif ibn Qais. Afif ibn Qais was the brother of As ibn Qais, who was the enemy of Imam alayhi salam. Oh, he stops on the way, and people were knowing him as Mutakahin, someone who is Kahan, who knows astrology and he fortune tells. He comes to Imam and tells him that you've got to stop today because you don't know, today is a really bad day. There's a third person telling Imam that you've got to stop your plans because today is not a good day. Imam says that Faman Saddaq. Look at how Imam is replying. 3 different answers to 3 different people. All of them they know astrology. Imam says that Faman Saddaqak bihadha faqad kadhaba bil Quran. Whoever approves you and whoever says that you're right, they are lying to Quran. واستغنى على الاستغانة بالله في نيل المحبوب ودفع المكروه. If people start coming to you and approve what you're saying, then they won't believe in Quran. Why? Because in Quran says that whenever you're in difficulty, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help. Whenever you need any difficulty and you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you to get rid of that, you've got to ask Him two things. So if you tell people about what's going to happen in the future and what you think they will be going through, then they will come to you and you will misguide them, because you're not saying the truth. You're not telling the exact what's happening, and that will mislead people from where they're supposed to go. Yes, he sees that people would go to difficulty. He doesn't see actually, but he's predicting that according to my calculations you will go through difficulty. The person may go, may not go into that difficulty. But the point is that if he goes into difficulty, Quran says that ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help so He can remove this difficulty for you. But if you tell them that you've got to treat difficulty, they will come back to you and they will go follow your instructions, and they will be misguided. So here is where Imam says, "Oh people, do not learn astrology, because it will lead into kahanat." Kahanat is what this guy was doing. And إلا ما يهتدى به في بر أو بحر, unless it helps you for your guidance in the sea and landscape. فإنها تدعو إلى الكهانة. Don't learn that, because it will lead you into kahanat. والمنجم كالكاهن, the one who is doing this astrology, they will become like kahin. Kahin is like sahir, and sahir is like kafir, and kafir is in the hell. Siru alayya bismillah, or silu ala bismillah. Just say bismillah and do tawakkul and continue away. And that's interesting. Imam continued his path. He didn't listen to either of these people, and he got a really good victory in that battle. So here we can see that the line and the border line and the cross line that Imam is drawing in order to separate what astrology, which part of astrology is going to misguide and which part of astrology is useful. If it was not useful, he would have first, in the second person that he saw, in the first place, he would have said, astrology is haram, don't learn it. He would have said the same sentence to that guy who was expert in astrology. He said, why do you learn it? Don't learn it, just do tawakkul, tawassul, and go ahead. But Imam went one by one. He said, by astrology you can do these calculations, but at the end of the day you will do tawakkul and tawassul, and you will ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what is important here is that if you want to make your decisions based on astrology, and you tell people and you hypnotize and you give wrong information to people about what's going to happen, that is what's kahanat. The other thing about kahanat, which is forbidden, most important, and that's the opinions of the scholars, is that kahan may tell you the truth, may tell you what may happen, but they will believe that this is coming from the power of stars, the power of planets, the energies that they have. So God is there, that's fine. Stars are there as well. So this is not something got to do with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is something related to the stars. So our future and the events happening is related to the stars. And so they have got their own power. God is in its own power. God is there. And this is another part, this is another aspect of astrology which is forbidden.